Brought to you by Empower, powered by Rootswork, using a weed whip as a lawnmower. When you get ready to cut, you just allow this right here to gently sit on top of the lawn or the area that you're trying to cut. From there, you come to your throttle. Don't over squeeze, listen to it. It's supposed to have a nice sweet hissing sound like frying fried chicken. Once you have that rev going, the whip should be making that hissing sound. Don't override the engine, because then that gives it a little bit more power and it's a little bit tougher to balance. You can do that later on once you become, comfortable and pro with it. Just take your time and you get started. You want to take your time. Some of us are blessed and can just do something once and be perfect, and some of us don't have that type of skill. It's okay. Just take your time, have fun, and enjoy it. So basically the lawn's been cut and manicured before, so you just set the knob right there and you squeeze your trigger and lightly move left to right, and you will knock off the top of the grass, the new growths, because there's a pad from the old growth that's already there that you use to go along. And if there's divots and stuff on the property, don't worry about it. When you hit those, don't worry about trying to control it. It's a little bit difficult to control it. Just allow it to go through that process and it will balance off itself, because the weed whacker is made where everything is perfectly balanced. It's just us when we make a bad step or hit a divot or overcompensate by squeezing the trigger too much. It's also good to leave some of the clipping on the lawn to help. It starts to decompose and it provides moisture. It helps keep the soil, retain moisture in the soil, allows nutrients and stuff to go into the soil for earthworms and different things like that. Eventually it becomes carbon. Carbons hold moisture, and that's a good thing. It's a natural fertilizer on the lawn. It's a portion that I haven't done as yet, but just wanted to show you how it's not perfect, right? If you can tell over here, like how it's high and low. So basically that's me doing left to right this way. So now I will turn and then come in and go left to right and clean this up when I start the weed whip again with the weed whacker. And you're just basically going like that, left to right, and slowly walking forward. It's just a dance. That's how you can take a weed whip to cut your lawn and do that right there with the weed whip. As you can tell over there, there's a lot of divots, the dry and brown spots. That was the other gardener that came in and put poison down to kill unwanted grass. And homeowner just wants this grass. Sometimes it's good to have different types of grass. Eventually the stronger one will dominate, or the one that you want will dominate. It's good to have a variety. And before I came, the soil was all cracking, had huge cracks like that right there, as you can tell. But you see, you leave a little bit of grass there to retain moisture. There's a drought going on as well, and now the grass looks green. In the last 6 weeks since I took over, you just have to be patient. I've only cut it twice in the last 2 months. Leave the clippings down to help bring it back, and it's slowly coming back. I haven't raked up yet, so that you'll see a couple areas where it need to be raked, and then once I get it raked up, I'll take those clippings and put it in the areas where the soil needed most to help, because the grass retains moisture and it acts as a barrier between the sun and the soil till there's grass there as well. The soil is where I've been taking some of that mound that's piled up over there and just filling in the divots as best as I can to get the lawn somewhat leveled. This is what the previous guy did, was come in and put poison down to get rid of that. You don't have to use poison, you can use cardboard, cover it up. It prevents sunlight, and that is also carbon right there. Once you move the carbon after a couple of weeks, the cardboard, it won't be bare soil like that, or bare ground where I was coming back and putting clippings to cover up the soil. This is coming back. It used to have a big cracks like that, and you see how the cracks are just slowly vanishing. I'm not an expert, but I've done construction for 20 years, landscaping and gardening, and I use different things to, bring back the lawn and stuff. You can use Miracle Grow and all these different things that you have access. You even have organic lawn products that you can use. It's all about just having fun and loving what you do. Ciao. Hope this was helpful and brought some information to you that you can use. Okay.